Hello students. In this lecture we are going to start a new topic, fundamental duties. In the last lecture we discussed about DPSPs. Let's have a quick revision, of what we did in the last lecture. So let's start. So in the last lecture we discussed DPSPs. In DPSPs we discuss what are the features of DPSPs, or say what is the DPSPs. We try to understand the concept. If you remember, DPSPs are taken from Irish Constitution. There is a concept in Irish Constitution that government should be guided by some principles, and these principles are in Irish constitutions. Okay, and the DPSPs which are mentioned in our constitutions are based on the instrument of instruments, the instrument of instruments, which was an integral part of GOE Act of Government of India Act of 1935. You remember, this used to direct Governor General that how what kind of policies he will make. Okay, and we discussed DPSPs are non-justiciable. We have discussed in detail what is the meaning of these words, so you can go to the last video lecture, and understand the meaning. Okay, after that what we did, we discussed it from articles 36 to article 51. It deals with DPSPs. Okay, it means it is a part 4. Part 4 deals with DPSPs. Okay, in this article 36 and 37 do not talk about DPSPs, but they talk about other things. But from article 38 to 51, they are talking only about DPSPs. It means some principles which are guiding to the state. What is the meaning of state? It has been mentioned in article 37. Okay, so guiding principles, and all these articles can be classified into 3 categories. We have discussed this. What are the 3 categories? Social, Gandhian, and liberal. Okay, one thing remain. We also compare DPSPs with fundamental rights in the last lecture. DPSPs are non-justiciable, but fundamental rights are justiciable. Fundamental rights secure political democracy. Fundamental rights secure political democracy, but DPSPs secure social and economic democracy. Economic democracy. We also discussed this in the last video lecture. How we discussed this in the last lecture. Let's classify. If I classify from article 38 to 51 in 3 categories, Gandhian, social, and liberal. So article 38 will fall under social category, article 39 as well, also 39A, 41, and 42, 43, 43A, and let me 47. These all articles are under social principles, or you can say these articles can be classified as socialist principles. Okay, socialist principles, and these articles which I am going to write can be classified as Gandhian principles. Article 40, Article 43, Article 43B, Article 46, 47, and 48. These all articles are the part of Gandhian principles. And liberal, in under liberal we classified Article 44, Article 45, Article 48, Article 48A, Article 49, Article 50, Article 51. Let's try to recall what was under this. I am speaking keywords only so that you can recall. For more details, you can go to the video lecture. 38 articles, welfare state. 39, welfare state how? By establishing justice, by providing justice. What kind of justice? Social, political, and economic. If these kind of justice is provided, then welfare state is being established. 39, equality. Equality in payment of wages, equality in treatment, okay, of and it also prohibit exploitation of children and forced labor. Also, this also prohibit this. Article 39A, free legal aid. To whom? To poor people. Article 41, public assistance. To whom? To people who are in need, like incapables or old age persons, old age people, okay. And Article 42, maternity leaves, okay, maternity benefit you can say. Article 43B, 43A, sorry, 43 deals with the, you can say, free, you can opportunity to celebrate culture. They can have their, they can maintain their own culture. And also this talks about a standard, or you can say decent, decent, decent living wages. Main point is this decent living wages. Article 43, it was not earlier part of the directive principles of state policies. Also these two, they were added through 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1976. Okay, this deals with participation in management, workers' participation in management, or you can simply say workers' participation. It will help you in recalling. Article 47. Article 47 deals with nourishment, or you can say standard of life, maintaining a standard of life, humane condition. Okay, let's see in Gandhian principle 41, simply panchayat, village panchayat you can say. It means local level of government. It talks about this. Article 43, this talks about cottage industry. Promotion should some action should be taken in promotion of cottage industry or in protection of industrialist of cottage industry. Article 43B, cooperative society. Okay, promotion of cooperative society. I think you are getting, you are in a situation to recall this article which we discussed in the last video lecture. Okay, cooperative society, we have discussed the Amendment Act which was passed in 2011. I guess it was Constitutional Amendment Act. Mm, I am not able to recall the amendment. Okay, let's see. Check. I will also check. Article 46. Article 46 deals with, this deals with ST and SC. ST and SC. They should be helped. Okay, so that they can be bring out from their poverty their misery, okay, like educating them and providing economic assistance. Article 43 47, prohibition. Prohibition for what? Prohibition from intoxic drink. You can say intoxic drink or anything, okay. Article 48, this deals with cow slaughter you can say, or cattle slaughter, or simply you can say non-violence, which was an inherent principle of Gandhian ideology, okay. Then we discussed about liberal principles, and under liberal principles we classified these many articles. Article 44, you must know this, Uniform Civil Code. This has not been implemented in India. Holy Uniform Civil Code. Article 45, this deals with child education, and you know this has been made a fundamental right by adding Article 21A. Okay, let's see it. Article 48. Article 48 deals with environment, protection of environment, you can understand. Article 48A, this also deals with environment, okay. This deals with environment. This doesn't deals with environment. I forgot environment. This deals with scientific technology should be used, okay. This deals with scientific method of agriculture. Article 48, 48A, I have explained environment, okay. And Article 49, this deals with protection of monuments. It means monuments or any historical place. These should be, what I am doing, monument, they should be protected, okay. Article 50, this deals with separation of what? Separation of power, separation of executive from judiciary, okay. Judiciary and executive should be separated. Executive and judiciary, they should not be mixed with each other. It means the decisions or functions of judiciary should be performed by judiciary, not by the executive. Executive cannot impart justice or cannot take decisions regarding justice. Next, we discussed Article 51. Article 51 deals with international peace. Okay, I am making mistakes. International peace. Okay, so this article deals with international peace. Okay, it means citizens of other country will try to have harmonious harmonious relationship with neighbor country or other country. So this deals with this principle, okay. Okay, we have revised all the things which we have done in the last lecture. Now we will move to the fundamental duties. Let's start. Fundamental duties was not initially part of Indian Constitution. I'm talking that at the time when our constitution was formed, fundamental duties were not there in the constitutions. They were added. They were added in 1976 through a Constitutional Amendment Act, and it was 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, which added a new part in the constitution. the part 4A. Okay, and it means after part 4, which deals with DPSPs, part 4A was added as a new part, fundamental duties. But you must be thinking that why fundamental duties were included in the constitutions after these many years. So what was the need? The need was felt during the period of emergency, internal emergency. In India, internal emergency was imposed by the government of Indira Gandhi, Indira Gandhi government. Okay, so what was the period of emergency? 1975 to 1977. Okay, so in this period, the fundamental duties, the necessity of fundamental duties were felt. Okay, तो इसके बाद हुआ क्या? In 1976, a committee was formed. What was the name of the committee? Swarn Singh Committee. Swarn Singh Committee. Spelling mistake. Swarn Singh. Swarn Singh. Swarn Singh Committee. This committee recommended that fundamental duties should be included in the constitution. This committee recommended only 8 duties, out of which some were not accepted, included in the section of fundamental duties, and some other were included. Okay, so this is the way how fundamental duties came into our constitutions. So, like government has some responsibility towards ourselves, or you can say towards us, so in the same manner we also have some duties which should be followed by us. Okay, so these duties are included in fundamental duties. I think you are getting this. What are those duties? Initially 10 duties were included as fundamental duties when the 42nd amendment in the constitutions was held. Okay, but after some years, 86th amendment, 86th constitutional amendment, this was held in 2005, 2002. In 2002, 86th amendment was done in the constitution, and one more fundamental duties, one more fundamental duty was included in the constitution. Okay, in this part you can say. So what is this? Let's discuss. Let's have some more ideas clear about fundamental duties. Fundamental duty are mentioned in part 4A. I have earlier explained you. In part 4A, there is an article number 51A. Okay, so under article 4, under part 4A, there is article. There is an article. Article is 51A, which deals with all the fundamental duties. So, what are those fundamental duties? Let's try to remember all those duties till the next lecture and revise them. Okay, let's start. So, first duty is to abide by the constitution and respect its ideals. Here it is ideals. Let me rub it. So, to abide by, it means to follow constitution. We have to follow our constitutions. We should follow our constitution, or say we must follow our constitutions and respect its ideals. What are its ideals? We have discussed in when we were discussing preamble also talks about what are the ideals of the constitutions. Okay, so what are the ideals. You can go to the video and learn those ideas. So to abide by or to follow constitution and respect its ideals, and the national anthem. Okay, you know what is national anthem? National anthem, Rashtragan, Janagan Man. So we should respect this as well, and also national flag. National flag. Let's see ahead. To cherish and follow the noble ideals that inspired the national struggle for freedom. So there were some ideals which inspired the national struggles. So we should also follow and cherish, try to promote such kind of ideals. Like we were striving for equality. Okay, we were striving for liberty. So these were some ideals. So we should also cherish and follow these noble ideals. Okay, this is our fundamental duty. Next one, to uphold and protect the sovereignty and unity and integrity of India. To uphold, it means we should try to protect. To protect what? Sovereignty. Sovereignty means supreme authority. Nobody can interfere in the country. It means if we are making a policy, no other supreme power will guide us that we should make the policy or not. This should not be done. Okay, this should not be the condition. So it is sovereignty too. We have a responsibility to protect the sovereignty. Okay. The next, unity. We should not perform any act which is dividing us. Okay, like I am giving such kind of speeches which are creating communal disputes. If communal disputes are happening, it means country is getting disunite. Okay, तो हमें क्या करना है, यूनिटी क्रिएट करने की कोशिश करनी है, एंड इंटेग्रिटी ऑफ इंडिया. नेक्स्ट, टू डिफेंड द कंट्री and render national services when called upon. It means whenever our country needs us, so we should be in a condition, we should be in a will that we will defend our country and render the national services whenever it needs. Okay, next, what is the next fundamental duties? Try to learn the pattern what is written there. These are common fundamental duties. Okay, let's see ahead. To promote harmony. What means harmony? You can say a coordinative relation, you can say. To promote harmony and spirit of common brotherhood amongst all the people of India, transcending religious, linguistic, regional, or sectional diversity, and to renounce practices derogatory to the dignity of the women. Okay, so what is it? That we should try to promote brotherhood, common brotherhood. That people are, our country is diverse, but diversity should be respected by us all. We should try to promote as much coordination between diversity as much possible. Okay, so that there will be no disputes. Okay, no, you can say if we are not trying to establish harmony between the diverse groups, so it will promote what? It will promote disunity. It will hamper integrity of the country. So this is directly related to the third responsibility. Okay, and we should also do not perform any act which is against dignity of the women, which is derogatory to the dignity of the women. We should uh, we should stop any such practices. Okay, next duty is to value and preserve the rich heritage. Our country is full of heritages. Okay, so whatever the country's heritages are, we should try to protect them, preserve them. Okay, should not try to damage them. We should value them. We should not say that these are nothing. We should give value that these are our historical achievement. This we achieved in history. So these heritage should be preserved and valued by us. Okay, next is to protect and improve natural environment including forest, lake, rivers, wildlife, and to have compassion for living creatures. So we should, you also know that government also make us recall that we have this duty as well to protect our forest, lakes, rivers, and wildlife. And you know that if we are violating any of our fundamental duties, then government of India can form an act. What can government of India do? एक एक्ट बनाया जा सकता है, रूल बनाए जा सकते हैं. We can be penalized. We can be penalized, okay, for violating our duties. Next duty is to develop scientific temper, humanism, and spirit of inquiry and reform. So, what should we do? A scientific temper we should have. We should not be lakir ke fakir. Okay, so we should not be a rule of thumb that we know only this and we will do only this, which as much as we know. There is nothing new to do. So we should have a scientific temper, scientific behavior, humanism. It is the duties of the humanity as well. So, as a human, we should have humanism, we have humanity, kindness, and the spirit of inquiry and reform. That we should have that what is happening wrong, we should have a spirit to inquire in that thing. Okay, and try to reform. Reform means to change something for better, to have some changes for betterment of the society or betterment of other. Okay, so we should try to do this. What is the next duty of us is to safeguard public property and abjure violence. What is the meaning of abjure? Let me check it. Abjure means to avoid. We should avoid violence. This is also a duty. You can say this is referring to Gandhian ideology. So we have a duty to avoid any kind of abjure any kind of violence, and we should not be destructive to the public properties. If government has formed something, created constructed, our government has uh, asked the people to construct the roads. If the government has constructed a road, if government is if any government office or building is constructed by the government and it is a public property. Public property means what? Property of the government. So we should we should safeguard the public property. We should not damage it. Okay. Next duty is to strive towards excellence in all sphere of individuals and collective activity, so that the nation constantly rises to higher levels of endure and achievement. Okay, so what should we do? We should strive towards excellence. Our effort should be toward excellence. We should try that our nation will constantly rise to the higher level and achieve a lot of things. This should be our duty. And the next is to provide opportunities for education to his or her, you can say his or her child or ward between the age of 6 and 14 years. So if a child or ward is between the age group of 6 and 14, so this is the responsibility. This is the 11th responsibility, okay, which was added through 86th constitutional amendment. Okay, this also, okay, I remember 86th amendment. This is the amendment through which 21A, article 21A was included in in the constitution as fundamental rights, is as one of the fundamental rights. Okay, under freedom of sorry, right to freedom, under right to freedom. So this is the response, this is our duty, fundamental duty. So this is what you need to learn under fundamental duties. Don't try to mug up all the things, try to figure out a pattern. Okay, so nobody is going to ask you tell me all the 11 duties. So must, but you must know that what is the pattern of those duties. That okay. So meet you in the next lecture. Thank you.